Okay, we're walking out here on part of the property. Yeah, we got a itty bitty skid steer over there. Nice skid steer. I love my skid steer. That little thing does more work, and it's itty bitty. It's only like 3 feet wide at its widest point. It's pretty narrow. And what is that? That is one of the poopy puppies. Okay, it's time for nighttime watering. We gotta water the, ooh, that stuff's beautiful. That's horseradish. That stuff grows huge and it'll overtake a garden. Got babies. There's a few baby horseradishes there. And there's more there. I like to grow two kinds of plants. One is the kind of plant that's expensive to buy, and if you have it in your own garden, it tastes so much better. And I also like to grow things that are free. Well, bamboo's pretty much free. And then if you buy a sweet tater or so, you can plant a bunch of them. There's one. Got them all over the place. Nothing like them. But first we got to give these guys some water. Water. Can you say water? Sure. And then here, these guys are turmeric. There's the brother to the turmeric, or the sister. They're expensive to buy. And another horsey radishy. There we go. Okay, those guys might be enough for the water. Okay, now we go in here. This part of the garden. And there's another poopy puppy. That poopy puppy is the big dog Brock. German Shepherds. Yeah, they're the favorite dog of me anyway. I like all kinds of dogs. But German Shepherds, they've always been my favorites. And this guy loves water. He loves to drink water. He loves this walk in water. Not on water, but in water. He's a good boy. And there he goes. Okay. Now we gotta water the things in this garden. Let's see what all we got. Well, right there, I can throw a little bit of water on that. That's more grown in plastic bags. Some more sweet tater. I like sweet taters only because they store so well. So here's a bunch of water through the fence for the sweet tater. Here's a cup of water. This is Arizona, so we try to use water a little bit sparingly. And then we'll scoop up some more water. And here's our watermelons. I'll turn the irrigation system on after a bit. And there's, I think you can see one watermelon sitting down there, a little one. But he'll grow. They get big. There's another one over there, hanging off some fencing. I just let them climb up this thing and do what they want to do. There was one that was growing above my head. This is a dog kennel we're actually in. And that one, birds got to it, but more power to them. Let them have it. Okay, then we'll come back over here into this tank that collects unneeded water, unwanted water. And in here we got some, this is a lime tree. I started from seed. This one here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this was a peanut. It's huge. It's just in a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket. It's getting huge and it gets real pretty flowers on it from time to time. This is scallion. Green onions, whatever you want to call them. But scallions, I love them. I eat them a lot when I'm out here. Pick off one and start chomping on it. And garlic, I do the same thing, eat the garlic leaves. But the scallion, you can grow just from the part that you're normally going to throw away. And that's the very, very bottom with the roots, the white part with the roots. That last ½ inch that nobody eats, they just cut it off and throw it away. If you stick it in the ground, they'll get to be like mine. They're over 3 foot tall. When I need scallions, here's a part that went seed. When I need onions, I just come out with a pair of scissors, cut off what I want. If I need a bunch, I cut it off right at the base, right at the bottom of each plant. It comes right back. It'll get just as big. They're about 3 foot long. They're neat. You can hear all the neighbor dogs barking, and maybe you can. Anyway, this is Roma tomato. I love Romas. I love cherry tomato. I love all tomatoes. But I like Romas because they last longer. There's one growing right there, if you can see it. Okay, we just gave him a little bit of water. And then scoop up some more water right here. Right here, this is Jopalinos. You can see we got all kinds of flowers on them. This is September early. I don't know, September 4th, 5th, something like that. I'm retired, so who keeps track of time? But I got them coming up out of here, if you can see them. There's one. There's a bunch of them in here. But jalapenos, I plant these from seeds. You buy a jalapeno in a store, they're full of seeds. Take out a few of them, stick them in the ground, and plant them. Good food if you like jalapenos. Tomatoes, the same thing. This tomato I showed you earlier, same thing. I just pulled out a few seeds, put them in a glass with a little bit of juice from the tomato. Ate the rest of the tomato. The majority of it, you would never know anything was gone or that I had taken anything from it. But you plant them and then you got to plant. This big dude, this is ready to plant in the ground. Right now that sucker's in a little kiddie pool with a little part of a milk jug that's left. So we've got maybe a ½ gallon container, and this sucker's about 4 foot tall. But I got to plant it in the ground. And here in a year or so, we'll have us a bunch of limes. And I love limes. I love lemons. I love limes. But these things, most of these things, I just start from seed. Now what I'm watering now is more jalapeno. You can see them in there. They're all over in there. They're hard to see unless you really look. But these are all planted just from a seed from a jalapeno. And you're not ruining anything. You're not ruining the plant or the food that you're eating, the jalapeno. Okay. You're just keeping a couple of seeds out. And there's more down there. I just watered. These are some more tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes. But you can look at this sucker. Man, look at all those jalapenos all over in here. And in here. You can see them all, but they're all over in here. And these types are relatively hot. They're not super hot, but for me they're perfect. This is another cherry tomato plant. Love them. Half the time I eat my fill up on my dinner right out here, just nibbling on cherry tomatoes and feeding on some of the cherry tomatoes, feeding on some of the jalapenos. I'll just start picking them and eating them. Love them. Love them, love them. A salad without dressing. What can I say? Scoop up a bit more water here. Here's another tomato plant. We'll give him some water. And I'll get one more scoop here. And that's for some more Jopalinos. You can see them all coming up here. One right there. These tomatoes are growing a lot better now. Of course, we're in Arizona. And these are some more back here that I just watered. These are some more of your limes that I grew from seed. Anyway, this stuff's all good stuff. Real good stuff. Put my little cuparoo down there. Okay, now then. This is cans. Stuff for planting things in. I just saved. This big bad boy is my new lawnmower. It's brand new. It's 20, no, 30, 40, 42, 43, I don't know, 44 inches, pretty wide. 20-something horse, nice. And the old skid steer, I've had that for 100 years. Got some other tractors over on the other land. I got a forklift and a Ford 3500. I'll show you that in another video. That's a kick-ass tractor. And over here, you can see it or not, a little John Deere yard tractor. Used to be a mower at one time. I still use it. Works great. Works super. Anyway, we got to move back over here towards my messy place, and more plants. Here's some in a toilet. Hey, you plant what you have, plastic old dog food bags or whatever. This here is garlic. I just planted them not too long ago. They're coming up. Down here some mint. Some more garlic. In the old puppy pooper. Moseying on over this way. There's some more scallions, and they grow and grow and grow. Well, you can see it all, but they go way up there. So long they break and bend over. But these suckers, you can see my hand here, how big they are. They're huge. In that bucket. This is cabbage. Hasn't made heads yet. I just break off the leaves and eat them as I want. This is another horseradish that I've got to get transplanted because there's just too much horseradish for too long in that small little barrel. So I don't even think it's 5 gallons, but it's been there for a couple of years now. It just doesn't go away. Same as those guys, more jalapenos and stuff. They don't die. You can keep them going for year after year after year. Again, just from seeds from the ones you planted that you got from the store. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take some of this here water. Oops. And I'm going to water these guys. Then I'm going to water this guy. Oh, I got mosquitoes or something in my ass. Even in Arizona. Yes, sir, we get mosquitoes. Okay, down there, that's another just starting. It's a cabbage plant. When you get done eating your cabbage, that base, stick it in water. What's going to happen to it? It's going to start roots and start planting. It'll grow. That's how that other one is from up above. That's what they do. Okay, hold on here, guys. Now then, hold on. Ugh. There's one. There's 2. Okay. And this will be 3. This is chocolate. Peppermint. Yum, yum, just starting. Like I say, half of this stuff I start just from rootings, cuttings, whatever.